Hi everyone, I'm Ranjana Das from College Dunia. Today with us we have Dr. Ranjana Das ma'am, Associate Professor at Max University. Welcome to the interview, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am, it would be great if you could please introduce yourself a bit.
I think you've mentioned my name in the beginning.
Yeah, sure.
I'm Dr. Ranjana Das Sarkhel. I'm a faculty member in the Department of English in the School of Arts and Humanities of Max University. I have been teaching for more than 20 years. It has been a very long journey.
Yes, ma'am.
I always wanted to be a teacher, and that too very specifically an English teacher, and not any other subject. And it's because since you told me to tell me a little bit about myself, I have to tell you about my English teachers who have influenced me throughout this journey. I started my schooling in Nagaland. My parents used to work there, so till my 10th standard, I moved around a lot of places because of my father's transfers, and in those very remote locations in a far corner of the country, I had the opportunity of studying in very good missionary schools where we had very good, Irish nuns and nuns from the south of our country who were very good English teachers. Later, I studied at Cotton College, which is now Cotton University in Guwahati. Then I moved to Jyotirnivas College, Bangalore. So my English education has been influenced first by Irish nuns, then Malayali nuns, and later by Mangalorean nuns. So it was a complete journey. And later I went on to pursue my doctoral studies from the Northeastern Hill University in Shillong. Yes.
My first question to you is, you have held key positions at education institutes throughout your professional career. What keeps you connected with the education sector, and how has your experience been so far with this institute?
Yes, as I've said just now, I always wanted to be a teacher, and that too an English teacher. I started teaching from a government college in Assam. That was long back. It was in the year 2001.
Okay.
And it was a government degree college. From there later, I moved to Chhattisgarh because of personal reasons. Relocating to Chhattisgarh, I taught at an engineering college for some time, and later I've been in maths for almost 3 years now. What keeps me connected is teaching. People say a lot of things. It's a noble profession. It's the profession which creates all other professions. But I believe that this is the profession which keeps me connected to my subject, number one.
Yes, ma'am.
Every year, I meet this new batch of very enthusiastic students who, when I teach text, because I teach English literature, so whenever I'm interpreting a text, I do not say I teach a text, with everybody has a different point of view. So I always tell my students that let's interpret the text. That I may have a view, you will have one. There are so many other critics who will have different views on the same subject. So let's interpret a text. So with each batch, I feel that I'm learning more. And I always tell my students, teaching is one profession which keeps you young. You always feel young. You will grow old in years. That doesn't matter. That's part of the life's process. But one profession, education and teaching especially, keeps you connected to your subject and helps you to learn every day. With each batch, you learn, continue to learn.
Yes, ma'am. My second question to you is, being the associate professor at Max University, what are your roles and responsibilities towards the students?
First, of course, is teaching. I teach undergraduate, postgraduate, and doctoral students also. Teaching is number one. Number two is research. I have doctoral students, research scholars under my supervision who are pursuing their doctoral degrees.
Yes, ma'am.
So then, of course, this is part of my teaching and research. I'm mentor to a group of students. Every year we get students who, we become mentors to them, take care of them, keep a record of their progress and all. I also have my share of works related to NAC and many other things, which are again totally related to study, teaching and research.
Okay. Ma'am, my next question is, do you have any extracurricular activities or programs to enhance the skills of students or expose them to the real world challenges?
Yes, we do have throughout the year. Let me tell you very specifically about the English department, what we do. We have this club called University Wits. Every year, every semester, we conduct a lot of competitions so that, the students they can actively take part in all of them. The English department we also offer English literature with mass communication, which is a very rare combination you won't find anywhere else. It is very specific to Maths University. And in that, we have all these internship programs where our students get actual, experience of working with media houses, which is a very good exposure they get in their undergraduate years itself. I would like to mention only these two, which are, very beneficial for our students.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, how does the curriculum of Max University ensures that the students are being prepared for the future?
Let me come subject-wise. Why I'm saying subject-wise, because in my department, we offer BA Honours English with Mass Communication. We offer MA in English and, of course, PhD. We had MPhil a year back, but now in the new education policy, MPhil is not included, so we have discontinued. How we keep on updating our curriculum because it's literature. You cannot continue to deal with textbooks written long ago. We try to, bring in the latest that is happening in the field of literature in terms of text fiction or non-fiction and also criticism, so that our students are, our students know what's happening and they're exposed to the latest things, so that when our students even go to other universities, say for their higher education, after passing out from here, they are at par with, the best syllabus that is available, that is offered by any other university in our country. Coming to mass communication again, we have theory and a lot of papers which deal with field studies.
Yes.
As I said earlier, our students, go for these compulsory internship programs to media houses. They're field studies where they make films on their own. So it's a very up-to-date syllabus, I would say. And this very rare combination I would highlight again, which Maths University provides, you won't find anywhere in Central India, and it will be very rare to find anywhere else.
Okay, that's really impressive. Ma'am, my next question to is, what would you like people to know about your institute they may not know?
Maths University, many people know many things. But let me begin with my department, because a university is made up of many departments and all these things go on to build the entire university. Our department, which includes English and mass communication, the core strength of a university, of the department, is our students. We have some of the best students coming here to study English honours.
Yes.
Next is the faculty. We have faculty members who have passed out from Delhi University, from Central Universities, who have done their PhDs from Central University. We have faculty members who have got fellowships to study in London. So we have a very strong faculty. We have very good students who come here to study, very supportive parents, because we have a very strong PTA in our department. Though it's a university, but we still remain very well connected with the parents. So these are, I would consider, the very three strong pillars. And the fourth is the university itself, which provides so much of opportunities to the students. Many people, I think you mentioned something which people may not know about Maths University. Many people may not know that this is a very good research center for pursuing research in English studies.
Okay. My next question is, what do you see as the greatest strength of Max University?
Greatest strength is the way we connect to our students. Very strong bonding with our students. Beginning with the teacher-student ratio, the way our curriculum is made. I think I've mentioned about the curriculum earlier also. Strength is, of course, our student-teacher relationship, and that is what takes the teaching and learning process forward.
Okay, ma'am, what are some of the biggest challenges you see both for higher education in general and for Max University specifically?
Challenges in higher education, we always had felt that it should meet the demands of the time. But the last 2 years of this pandemic taught us completely different things. Our perspectives about education changed entirely during these 2 years when overnight we had to, switch over to online mode of teaching and learning, conducting exams, meeting parents through online mode, organizing competitions online mode. Nowadays we have seminars, we call them webinars. Now, all these have posed a challenge that when a teacher is teaching in class, a student has so many other options of learning, and that is the internet. The internet provides so much of information that a teacher has to compete with the information that is available in the virtual world. So that really made all of us, I think it's not just teachers at Maths University, but I think all over the world, take stock of what we know and where we all need to improve ourselves. So, and I think even if the pandemic ends, when the world comes back to the classrooms again, when things become normal, as we have been through abnormal times, that teaching and learning will always face a competition from the virtual world where information is available, where people may not always check whether authenticate, the source of information, but then that source will always remain very easily accessible. So we as teachers have to rise up, above all these to meet the demands of teaching. For our university, this is for our department, and as I've said, as for teachers, and I think you asked about the university also, the challenges which the university will face. Yes, the university will have to come out with more courses, which we have been doing, which will be related to the changing times. Now, let me give you a few subjects. Quite some time back, we had conducted a program about caregivers. Now, why do we suddenly need caregivers? The pandemic showed that as it is, our country always had the education sector, medical, the paramedical sector and all that was always thriving. But suddenly caregivers became very important because the world is, people are moving out. You have a senior citizen staying back at home. The pandemic showed that people had to be taken in delicate health conditions, they had to be taken care of. And with nuclear families, you do not have that kind of medical support. And during the pandemic, the medical system almost collapsed. So we had conducted this program for caregivers to train them to take care. It's not that they all are very medically trained or anything, but just to know the basics. So this was one course which met with a lot of very good responses. Then we thought about why not go ahead and introduce course like gerontology, where you study about how to take care of the aged.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm just giving you two examples where the challenges in front of our university are to introduce subjects, introduce courses which will be beneficial, and to move away from the very traditional subjects and to open up the horizon, open up the campus to introducing more subjects which, of course, you will think about employment, but at the same time, they should be enriching to society.
Yes, ma'am, lastly, any suggestions you would like to give to the current youth and aspiring students?
Suggestions, as a teacher, I'm giving suggestions every day, almost every day to my students, because when they come under your care, when they are under your care in the classroom, you have to take care of them.
Yes.
I may sound repetitive to my students, but very few things which I always tell and I will always tell is, number one, studies is important. It's very, very important during difficult times, during, as they say, during the best of times, or even during the worst of times, you have to give in your best.
Yes.
You have to study. Number one. Number two, enjoy your studies. If you have chosen a subject, enjoy your studies, enjoy your college life, because these days are not going to come back. Enjoy your campus life. And when you enjoy your campus life, do take care of yourself. Do take care of the things your parents tell you. Do take care of the things which we teachers tell you. Remember a few things. Number one, college gives you, our university campus gives you a lot of freedom, gives you a lot of choices. You enter a world of fashion. You enter a different world from your school life. But remember a few things. Number one, good health will always be in fashion. You wear fashionable clothes or whatever, but good health will always be in fashion.
Yes, ma'am.
Hard work will always be a trend. Hard workers are, they always find their place in the world. So I tell them, enjoy your life, but remember these two things. These are, and as we teach, each textbooks, each writer, each text you interpret, it always has to teach you something. So I personally do not have to, the students, as we interpret text, we come to know so many things. That is what I would like to tell my students, that come to Maths University, enjoy life. True to our motto, we make you ready for life.
Ma'am, with this, we come to an end of this wonderful conversation. Thank you so much, ma'am, for doing this interview with us. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Ranjana. It was wonderful speaking to you.
Ma'am, same here. Thank you so much.